Hello, hello, hello. Hey, so today is July 2nd. Now, I know, what is a bird trying to catch a bug? But I know, for me, just off top as a general assessment of my progress. First of all, this past month has been a very big month for me as far as my mindset. Now, I already thought that I had like a positive mindset, progressive, like working through my issues kind of mindset. Like I'm constantly wanting to evolve. And I would say like the last 5 years, maybe more, a lot of my involvement has been focused on my identity, I would say, and my confidence, and my voice, and my perseverance, things like that. And like within the last year or two, actually I would say, of course during 2020 I had my biggest breakthrough. Shift everything for me. In some ways I could say brought me back or closer to an alignment with who I am. But and that was like a real spiritual thing for me. But I think what also transpired is my desire to be more financially literate and more wealth focused and more, although I think I've always had that in me, but I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like I would have an idea, a business idea, and I'm like, I'll just go and do it. And I did whatever I knew how to do, or whatever I could Google and find out. And that would get me up and running and like, get me doing and stuff like that. But I wasn't generating money, especially not the money that I thought the idea would generate. And what's this? Oh, go ahead, baby. I'm after you. There's like two of them. I don't know where this bird is, but I don't know. Anyway, sorry, that really interrupted. But what I didn't know is how to make it grow. And basically what I found out is, as of today, the mindset is that my businesses couldn't grow past whatever level I grew. So yeah, I could grind and get it done, get it down to whatever, but the money part was lacking significantly. Guys, I've started after school programs. I started an art magazine. I started somewhat of like a social group. I started a dance company, teaching dance classes online. Currently have a photography business. Started blogs. Guys, I'm no short of ideas. Tell me. I mean, right now I have like 1,000 other ideas. Really, I mean, I've never been short of ideas. My mind has always been on that level. Even as a kid, I used to draw, sketches of shirts and companies and things that I wanted to create, or ideas, or things that I wanted to create. Started newsletters. I've done a lot of different things, but they've never gone past the level that I have developed mentally, at least in the area of, well, I would say in a lot of different areas. But what I can say though is that every freaking thing that I started has stretched me a little bit further, has caused me to think bigger. At every different, like I can tell you at every stage of those creations, where my mindset was, I could tell you who I was, what was going on in my life, my level of confidence, what I thought was important. I could tell you just based on the business that I was a part of. And I could say right now that like almost definitely for the past more than 10 years now, but off the top, I'm not really good with that kind of stuff, timelines and stuff. I look to my own. So if it's not documented, y'all, that's a bad thing, right? I gotta work on that. I'll figure it out. Anyway, but I can definitely say, I'm gonna say like within the last like 14 years, I've been an entrepreneur. 14, 15 years, I've been an entrepreneur. Have I been a successful entrepreneur in the past? No, not by most people's definition, but by my definition, hell yeah, because I've learned a hell of a lot. I've learned so much, so much. A lot of it had to do with me learning about myself and what I can and cannot do and what I'm capable of. And I will tell you that by me starting these ventures and these businesses, the one thing that I can take from it is that I can do it. I can. And I can figure it out too, because a lot of that shit, guys, let me tell you. I didn't know nothing about an after school program. I just saw the need that I wanted to provide and satisfy my community. I realized at the time, and probably even more now, there wasn't many teen programs available. So I started that company, Teen Expressions. Well, it wasn't necessarily an official company, because I was under some sort of fiduciary, but it was a business in a sense, providing services for children, or in that sense, I guess it would be the nonprofit. So and that gave me experience with nonprofits and how they kind of operate on some level. Okay, 2, I started art magazine, baby. Let me tell you, when I say I love that magazine, man, I did. But did I know anything about art magazines? No. And frankly, I barely knew enough about the art world and, certain concepts and things like that. But I knew the value, and I knew that I really loved it and appreciated it, and I wanted to build conversations around certain topics that I think only art can open up the door for. So that's my baby, man. I did the magazine, but again, it was the finances. But God, thank you for what I was able to do with little to no money, guys. Little to no money. I met some people who are doing very well right now in their lives, who are extremely successful, and they were on their way up to be successful. I met some people, it's a phenomenal experience when you create something that then provides you access. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that art magazine got me into some of the Art Basel shows, particularly the Swiss Beats one with the press pass. Oh man, damn. It's fucking bugs. I had a storm yesterday, so oh my God, they're just everywhere. So anyway, it got me into his exhibit. And you know what the crazy thing is? There's an artist at the time that he was that just newly got into his collection, and I interviewed her for my magazine, y'all. I interviewed her for my magazine. Guys, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I got to hang out in the backstage of the Apollo Theater because of my magazine. The access it provided me. Oh, my battery's about to die. I will continue this later on, but the access it provided me. Baby, creating is amazing. Creating. So at every level, I've learned something about myself. I've learned something about what I'm capable of, and I learned the benefit of creating something. And literally, I cannot stop creating if I wanted to. Whether it becomes $1 billion company or not, I'm always going to create something. And I suggest you do too. Progress over everything. I'll continue the story another time because my battery's dying. Apologize in advance.